Right now I have the 120 watt LEDs from Taotronics above the tank, but this next week I'm going to install the new 212 watt LED fixtures, and I'll make a video to show you how the corals look and how bright the tank looks with the new 212 watt LEDs. So I'll do an update there, so subscribe to me and you can keep the update on the new Taotronics LED lights, and I'll have that out, a new video for the new lights out here soon, so stay tuned. These are Taotronics' new 212 watt LED light fixtures. They also have 140 watt LED light fixtures. Their design is really sleek looking, and their hardware is much better quality. Their power cords this time have threaded power cords, so they fit very snugly into the light fixture, and they're not, they don't pull out real easy, and they're on the side of the light fixture instead of on the top, so you can direct the cord to the back of your tank real easy. And they also got new design in their fans. Their fans are much quieter than their 120 watt light fixtures. I'll put them on my tank and give you guys a comparison in the sound of the new fans. And also they have LED optics on each LED, and each LED is 3 watts. They have 2 different fixtures for each one. This one here, the first one, has a 2:1 ratio of blue to white LEDs. This one is the 2:1 ratio, where it has double the amount of whites than there is blue LEDs. So these are the blues. They're so bright that the camera is just completely washed out. It's completely lighting up my living room. And these are the whites. Extremely bright. As you can hear, the fans are extremely quiet. And the way they have the cooling system set up now is, instead of all the air blowing out like all over, they only come out the sides here. So you guys can put these in underneath the canopy also. I can't wait to get these set up on my tank. All my corals are going to be extremely bright with this amount of light. But for a shallow tank, these lights will be too much. You'd have to get the 141 watt LED fixtures for a smaller tank. Well, these will be good for a 90 gallon and up. This fixture that I have hooked up now is the 2:1 blue to white ratio, so it's got double the amount of blue that there is to white. There's just the white, and this is just the blue. Extremely blue. And this is both of them on. This will definitely make the corals pop, how blue the light is. And also I wanted to show you guys the hardware that they have to hook them up. They're much better quality, and their cables that they come with it are real simple. They just have a little connector here that you screw in, and it tightens down on the cable, and then the cable just goes through the top, and then you can just hang it wherever you'd like. So I'll get these hooked up on my tank and show you guys my tank with these set up above it. This is one thing that I got that I'm really glad I got. It was a little pricey, it was almost $100 for it, but it works really well and it's made really good quality. It's a auto top-off unit. It has two different sensors. One sensor that goes into your sump to keep your water level the same in your sump from evaporation, and it also has a sensor or a float switch that goes into your reservoir where I keep my DI water. So if the water ever goes down too low to where the pump would run dry, it kicks the pump off. Because sometimes I don't really check and the water level will get too low in my reservoir and the pump will run dry for like a day. You don't want that, because then you gotta replace the pump because it'll stop running. And then I just have the float switch there on the corner, and it always keeps the water level the same. I don't have to worry about salinity going up or down. And then my DI water I just use up, you know, like once a month I'll fill up my 50-gallon reservoir. And everything's working good in my filtration now. One thing that I really am happy with is my algae scrubber. As you can see, it's working really well. I just have a pump down there that pumps the water up into a PVC pipe. In this PVC pipe I have a bunch of holes cut down the line, and the water just runs down onto the screen, and it just collects a whole bunch of algae and filters out the water. And my nutrients, I don't have any nutrients issues at all. My tank upstairs, I haven't even touched it other than cleaning the glass off. I don't have any cyano or no algae growing up in my main tank. And this right here, this red hose, I got this because it's easy to change out the filter to clean it out. All I got to do is lift the whole entire fixture up out, and this pipe here just disconnects right here, so I don't have to get in there and try to disconnect the hose and the pump. So I just lift the entire fixture up out of the sump and go clean it off. Makes it real easy. This is my torch coral and my Duncan coral. They're both, I fragged my Duncan coral because it was getting too big, it fell over. It's getting too heavy. And you can see my torch coral is just massive. It looks really good under the LEDs. This is my orange sunset Monty, and that's encrusting onto my live rock. Also, my Pocolipora started to grow in all kinds of different places. And there's a frag right here that's starting to grow on the live rock right in front of the Montipora. So they're going to be fighting each other. And my zoas are multiplying a lot. You can see my pink rays have multiplied a lot. They look really good. They're real bright under the LEDs. And then the star polyps, which I wish I put the star polyps on a separate rock because they grow way too quick. Right here between my Montipora cap and my star polyps. I gotta go in there like once a week and scrape away the star polyps so they don't encrust onto the Montipora. So it's kind of a pain. So if you guys do ever get star polyps, try to keep them on a separate rock away from everything else because they encrust and grow really quickly. It's almost like a weed in the reef aquarium. And then my lavender mushrooms are multiplying. I got 4, started with 1, now I have 4 of them. And then my bird's nest coral is growing real nice. And the coloration that I'm getting on my SPSs are really nice under the LEDs. And then there's my Polypora, which is getting really big now. I'm hoping that it doesn't start running into the bird's nest. And then some clove polyps. And I moved my orange digitata down lower because it was too close to the light. And then there I have some blue and purple zoas. So I'm getting really good color under these LEDs. I'm real happy with them. Can't wait to get the new 212 watt LEDs. And I'm also going to change out to a 100-gallon tank and buy a whole bunch of more coral frags for my tank.